Well, this caught me outside my studio and it's 2 hours late, but obviously I have to come here and really report it to the viewers of United Matters channel that Mason Mount to Man United, here we go. It's a done and dusted deal pending medical. I was with my friends, you know, I rarely get out, but I had to really attend to some of my friends and I returned and I said, this is where I should start my day at. Now, how are you guys and where are you watching us from? Mason Mount to Man United. It has been agreed between Man United and Chelsea, worth £60 million. Fabrizio Romano is one of those that broke the story. David Austin followed, and obviously further details of the medical and so on and so forth have been really leaked by these tier 1 journalists. Smash the like button close to 400 times because this is a big story that most of you have been waiting in for, and I anticipated it that Chelsea need to get this deal over the line before the 30th because they need to balance the books to see to it that they can use that money in the next financial year that is starting on the 1st of July. So subscribe to this channel. And how do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing the notification bell, that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. Now, as it stands, it looks like Manchester United have gotten their first signing of the summer, and that is Mason Mount. His signing is going to bring what we call divided opinion because most fans some fans believe he's the right signing, others believe he's not the right signing. And the amount of money we've gone ahead to pay in for him is really a very huge question onto the heads of many. Now, Fabrizio Romano broke it and said Manchester United agree £60 million package deal for Mason Mount with Chelsea. It's done. Here we go. Personal terms agreed weeks ago, and face-to-face talks between clubs made it clear the agreement is done. Mount becomes a United player. They never left the race. That's what Fabrizio Romano really said. And David Austin came in through and really confirmed us that Man United have reached an agreement with Chelsea to sign Mason Mount. Deal for 24-year-old England midfielder worth up to £60 million. £55 million up front plus £5 million of add-ons, permission given to do medical plus finalize personal terms now to paperwork stage. That is David Austin in there for you. So hearing that alone just confirms you that a deal is done and dusted, and United have gone ahead to agree a deal with Chelsea over Mason Mount. Mason Mount, 24 years of age, but one thing that really doesn't resonate with me well is the price. I've been repetitive over this. I've gone ahead to reiterate this a lot on several occasions that Mason Mount to United, it's a here we go at £60 million. £55 million upfront fee guaranteed. It's supposed to go in. That's going to be paid in intervals. And £5 million. Where does this leave Man United? We had a budget of £120 million, meaning that we are left with £60 million. Sorry, we are left with, let's say 60, all right, because add-ons will come in later. So, Mason Mount, first signing of Man United, and we last signed a player in June. I think it was Daniel James in 2019, right? Daniel James in I think it was around 15th. Aaron Wan-Bissaka I think came in July. Harry Maguire came in July too. And the other months came in through and transfers came in through. So I really understand that we've taken a lot of time on this deal. Would have gone ahead to do far much better than this deal, but we found ourselves in a situation of really putting ourselves into a very bad negotiation day with Chelsea to add on the £5 million of add-ons, and their performance based, but it will go down in history that a deal was for £60 million for a player who had just 1 year left on his contract, and his talent was not all that exciting. I understand why Erik ten Hag wants the player, and he has been served by what he wants, but my problem is the amount of money we're going to have to spend on Mason Mount, because there are very many other players that would have gone ahead to really match the levels of Mason Mount as far as the money is concerned, but with huge talent. That is it. So I understand Ten Hag loves the player. I'm backing my manager, but according to the budget we're having as Man United, I think we've gone ahead to really use a hammer to kill a mosquito. That is it. 60 million pounds is the amount of money for players like Rodri. 60 million pounds, 10 million pounds less than the amount of money we bought Casemiro. I'm talking about players in that level, in that ilk. So, welcome Mason Mount to Man United. Wait and see whether he's going to come in and throw and hit the ground running. But Ten Hag has gotten his first signing of the summer, and it looks like Andre Onana is going to be the other signing that we are following up with this next, and it might be a here we go tomorrow for Andre Onana. After that, Fabrizio Romano came out and really revealed to us the following: that understand Mason Mount will undergo medical with Man United after the weekend. Contract will be valid until June 2028. 5-year deal agreed weeks ago. Fee 55 million pounds fixed plus 5 million pounds of add-ons. That is coming in from Fabrizio Romano. So the medical is going to be done after the weekend. Why? I think that he's in Mexico. He's in Spain to really undergo. After his holiday next week, he's going to fly in. After flying in next week, the medical is going to be conducted at Carrington, and then I think he's going to be unveiled as the player of Man United. And I think he's going to join Man United immediately to do what we call the training, because he never took part into the international break. He was not part of the England squad, meaning that he's supposed to report at Carrington next week. And I think he's going to be one of those that Erik ten Hag is going to conduct training sessions with, and we are going to be blessed that in the first game we're going to play against Leeds away in Norway. I think he's going to be one of those players to feature into that team of Man United. So we are going to see him really make his debut for Man United very, very soon, and that is going to be like in 2-3 weeks. I think 2 weeks from now, because our first friendly is going to be played on the 12th of July. So the contract is for 5 years until 2028. Remember, he's 24 years of age. That means he's going to be at Man United until the age of 28. But I really like one thing about Man United, that backing Erik ten Hag with the signings he wants, they've gone ahead to do it. Though we all know that it was Orkun Kokchu that he wanted, and then the board failed him and told him that we're going to bring you Mason Mount because they want English players a lot. And Ten Hag is an admirer of Mason Mount since when he was a manager at Ajax. When he came in, Thuram obviously said, I think he was not the manager of Ajax by then. 2018, yeah, he was the manager of Ajax, and he was pushing to sign him on loan from Chelsea, and he was denied that chance, and he was loaned, I think, to a certain championship side where Lampard brought him back and obviously featured into that Chelsea side, and ever since then the rest has been history for Mason Mount. But I think there is a player in him, and at the age of 24 he's just 1 year less from hitting his prime, and that indicates that Ten Hag can make him a better player, and that's what you would love for your manager to do. If at all Ten Hag is seeing a different kind of player when he really tries to really improve him at Man United, the better, and that is going to be orchestrated on the field of play. And good enough, every signing that Ten Hag has gone ahead to sign permanently at Man United has not gone ahead to flop. They've all given back positive results. Malacia, Lisandro Martinez, Anthony, Eriksson, and Casemiro. They've gone ahead to really give us positive results. Sabitzer and Weghorst, those were loan signings. They are never permanent signings. That's why we cannot come out here and obviously talk about them. But all I can confirm to you is simple, that we need to take ourselves to the next level of thinking that however much the manager wants Mason Mount, but the amount of money the club has gone ahead to really pay for him has been really ridiculous. I think this deal would have been £45 million to £5 million of add-ons. I think you cannot blame Erik ten Hag on this. The blame has to go to the board because they failed to negotiate this deal down to that level, and Chelsea has gone ahead to boss us again in this deal. They've bossed us totally because they called for that meeting knowing that at 60 million pounds, they're going to convince United. And what they did was they told United, get us 55 million pounds guaranteed and 5 million pounds of add-ons. And I think it said, oh yes, we can do that deal at that. But if I was United, I'd have told them, please, I'm even calling in for 45 plus 50 million plus 5 million pounds. If not, I'm pulling out of the deal, because Chelsea were on the weak side of the negotiation. That's it. They are on the weak side. But because of the reasons of frustration, I understand the Glazers wanted to bring in a signing in. Why did they want to get one in? Because they wanted to really send a message to the fans that even if the takeover is taking long, we can sign players. And this is what this signing is really meaning. And they really went out from Orikun Kokchu, because they knew Orikun Kokchu was not really a famous player that would make news. But for Mason Mount, it's obviously going to make news everywhere, that everyone's going to go ahead and really talk about him, that he has gone ahead to sign for Man United, and it works well for the Glazers. And when they're negotiating with the Qataris, telling them that, all right, we brought you a player, Mason Mount, 60 million pounds. So you see, we still have the verge to go ahead and really run this club. If I don't know getting us the amount of money that we want, then we can find ourselves in a situation of not selling the club. So it is really benefiting the Glazers a lot than the team itself, because this is a political signing. That's it. It's an agenda that goes ahead to really give the Glazers the best that they want as the owners of Man United. Now, we are having Fabrizio Romano some hints of Mason Mount to Man United. Man United never left the race for Mount, as he's always been a priority target. Two, face-to-face meeting was crucial to agree on 55 plus 5 million pounds of add-ons. And three, Bayern never in the race. It was only United for Mount. Now all in 2024. Here we go. That is what we call Fabrizio Romano referring to us on what his sources have told him about Mason Mount. So welcome Mason Mount to Man United. It's a here we go announced by Fabrizio Romano, and I think you guys are really there enjoying the stories that we're bringing to you here. And I think we'll be letting you know when he's flying back to do the medic. I think it's going to be Sunday, and him conducting or taking part into the first training session of Man United as soon as possible. Not so? So guys, that has been it. Mason Mount to Man United. It's a here we go deal, done and dusted. We are waiting for the medical to be done, and it's pending medical. I know some will get worried because he has been really having lots of injuries last season, but I think it has been all in the name of feeling like the managers of Chelsea have not been favoring him to play, and he faked injuries because he knew that the world will sympathize with him if at all he said he's really injured. So guys, your thoughts on to Mason Mount to United are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about lots of things that really are happening right now at the club of Man United? Do you think the value is really realistic with the very limited budget that we're really having to spend 60 million pounds on Mason Mount? Yes or no? A sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. I'm out, my mates.